Hello and welcome. This exciting episode is, it's halfway through the month, so I really do think it's time to do some sewing plans for this month.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
I was going to start the month with a sewing vlog about putting lining in a bunch of almost finished jackets that I've had sitting around forever, but I literally just did an episode on how you put in silk lining on the navy and orange jacket. So when I do the everything I made in September video, I'll just show the little bits of footage of how I did those jackets then, instead of having a whole episode on it. So the first episode was actually me making these dresses. I got the fabrics out to do a black and white fabric haul, but then I was like, ooh, dresses. And I made the two on the left and the right, and I finished the rose vintage one. And it looks so cute with the ladybug sash on it. It's red with with black polka dots. Then you saw my Halloween episode super early because I scheduled it wrong. And when you make a video in YouTube, you have to sort of click all these buttons, get it approved, and then click all these buttons to schedule it. And I did it wrong, so sorry about that. And then I did a style episode, and I just had so much fun collecting all those photos and doing that workbook. It's the Love to Sew podcast. They have this workbook. I'll put a link in the description box below. But yeah, it's really useful going through answering the questions. And they also have this section at the back where you can plan all your next projects. It's really useful. Then I did a KonMari of all my tweeds. That was long overdue. So I've got all the ones for next month and all the ones for December sitting there ready to go. And I also have a couple for this month, which you'll see shortly. Then you saw a fabric haul of my black and white fabrics, for what was left of them, including that gorgeous white lace and this concrete looking sequin fabric. It's so interesting. That jacket is going to be so punk. And then you saw my fringe episode on how I hand make fringe, and I got out a couple of jackets. This one's half made, and I've already done the bottom attaching the fringe. And this one I made about a year ago. And then I showed you lots of handmade fringes that I've made that I haven't actually used in jackets yet. And I showed you some of the ribbons and yarns and things that go into them. And I talked you through how I make one. I was so tempted to make another one, but yeah, I clearly already have enough that I haven't used yet. This one is going to be used on a silver sequin jacket, and this one, I love this. I actually made this jacket and it's almost finished the beading on it, almost, but I ended up not using the fringe because the beading is just white, and this is kind of the opposite of that. So I think I'm going to use this on a plain wool jacket, so plain red wool or plain pink or maybe a blue jacket. I don't know, I just love this fringe so much and I have to use it. And if I use it on a plain coloured jacket, then the beading, I can do like multicoloured beading to tie in with the fringe. It's so beautiful. And that brings you up to present day. Well, at least when I'm shooting this video. So I've got a rack full of things that are half made or partially made, need to be finished this month. So first of all, I have to unpick the sequin jacket. I pinned some fringe on there for the fringe video. So the next jacket you'll see me make is the Italian tweed in green with green, cream, black and the fluoro neon red dots. It's half made and half filmed and it's been that way for quite some time now. Also the cotton voile with the vintage floral print. I've got to finish the skirt and then attach it. Also got most of that video done, but just the last few bits. And you've already seen the rose dress. Then we've got the Desperately Seeking Susan jacket. That one is going to be a new look pattern that I haven't tried before, and that fabric is fabulous, but it didn't cost very much, so the stakes are low. So I'm going to make a wearable mock-up out of that. And then we're going to have another tweed jacket. This is a Chanel style tweed, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I've already got the silk lining for that one as well. So Yeah, again, I filmed most of that episode. Like, I filmed up to that point. So yeah. And then I've got some other half-made jackets. No, I just said these two are only partially made, but I filmed the process of making the Italian tweed and the green Chanel style tweed. Whereas these other ones have been quietly, politely sitting in a storage box for a few years. And I made them, half made them a while ago. And I was in grad school at the time, and I had these terrible academics supervising my project, and yeah, every time I submitted something, they just made me redo these ridiculous things. So I'd start a project, because like when you submit a draft, you usually have a week or two before you have to do the next thing. But yeah, so I would start a jacket, and then they'd make me do something that, as it turns out, I didn't even have to do. But anyway, so that is why I have so many half-made jackets. And I guess I could have just gone back and worked on another one. Anywho, I have them, and I was going to make a video, a sewing vlog, where I do sleeves in a whole bunch of different ways. And that way you can sort of, because, yeah, I get feedback from a lot of people saying the way I put on sleeves is a little bit too difficult for some people. So I thought I'd try a couple of different methods from different that I've seen on the internet, and yeah, show which elements are difficult in one technique and which ones are easier in another, sort of thing. So if you have a good sewing machine, or you have a not so great sewing machine but you're good at hand sewing, yeah, I'll just tell you which one is easier depending on your strengths. So and then at the end of the month, I thought I was putting away my scraps, and I noticed that some of them are Halloweeny. So I thought, because I posted the spiderweb dress early, I'll be able to have a Halloween dress after all. But yeah, obviously patchwork dresses do take forever to make. So I've just been slowly making one piece every now and again, so that's ready by the end of the month. And then there's also going to be an Everything I Made in September video, and showcasing that jacket and a few other things. But yeah, I feel like I spent the whole month making that navy and orange jacket. And then after that, there's going to be another fabric haul, because I bought a lot of fabrics during the middle of this year, and that one's going to be yellow themed. And there's also a dress that I made, because one of the fabrics, I got like 8 yards of fabric, so I made a dress already with one of them. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's all that's left to do, is to show you the other dresses I finally finished. So these fabrics I showed in fabric hauls in the middle of the year, because I bought them in June, I think. And yeah, a long time ago. But at the time I said the orange one is going to be October. So yeah, I have finally finished it. Well, I haven't hemmed the cuffs of the sleeves yet. So oopsie. But they're adorable. I had 3 yards of the orange fabric, and I was going to make a 1939 vintage dress, but then I don't know, I just think it looks awesome. I only had 1 yard of this flower, sort of 1970s flower fabric, so there's a couple of tiers of that, and then the navy one, and I just decided they would look good as a layer cake dress, and I think they really do. The orange one has baking things in it, like flour and sugar and cherries and weighing things. And then the navy one is just, I don't know, birds and flowers and branches and things. It's a weird combination, but I don't know, I just like the colours together. And then over on this one here, I had 3 yards of Halloween fabric. They're jack-o'-lanterns with little candles inside, and they've also got the stalk of the pumpkin that's kind of green, but you can only see the green if you're really up close to it. And I think I might add an extra layer to the bottom of the pumpkin one, because I don't know, it's an odd height where you could see, if I was wearing boots, you could see all my boots. I'm not sure I like that height. I like dresses that are just a little bit higher than that, or a little bit lower than that. So I made it because I don't have any dresses that length, but I think in hindsight, I think this is the reason I don't have dresses in that length. So you can see the little stalks on the pumpkins. I can't decide whether I like them or not. It's just a little odd, but you can't really see the green from far away anyway. It mainly looks black with a little bit of pumpkin colour on there. And then this one is just was a way to use up all the scraps of the black with the metallic gold on there. So this is left over from a vintage dress I made for Me Made May, I think. And then I had a little bit left over from the spiderweb dress as well. And then the dots are left over from my Girly Darth Vader dress, also May. And then this really gold one on a black background, I bought a yarn of that to make a jacket. And yeah, but I didn't quite have enough of this dress. So I was like, ooh, I'll use it in that instead. And I just put it up high because I originally had it down low, but the skirt is the interesting bit. Everything else is black. The bodice is black. So yeah, I just put it up on 2 storage containers so that you can actually see all the layers of the skirt. And yeah, so those are the ones that I finally finished them. The thing with layer cake dresses is if I make it all at once, it stresses me out. But if I just do one seam line and then each night, or 1 or 2 each night, then it doesn't stress me out at all. So it does take me a very long time. And this is them from the back. I like the back of the orange one, how it has the navy back. It's very cute. And it did not occur to me until I'm just looking at it now. Wow, the pumpkin dress looks very candy cornish with the white and orange bow, doesn't it? Anyway, it didn't occur to me until now when I was shooting the footage that dress is orange and navy, and last month I made the orange and navy jacket. I went from having nothing that was orange and navy to having, the backbone of a capsule wardrobe. Anywho, I love these 3 fabrics together. I think they look great. And yeah, it's so bright in the footage. When you see it in person, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that bright and pretty to me. And the hot pink isn't as hot pink in person. I mean, it's adorable, but it's not that bright. And I love those necklaces with it too. I think they're really cute. And the way that I've put them on the different layered storage boxes, it reminds me of the Dior exhibition where they have all the dresses at all different heights. Quite like it. Okay, so now I have to go. This is me reminding myself that I have to go finish that jacket, the Italian tweed. I really want to finish it so I can beat it and wear it. But also those other ones have literally been waiting for years to finish. And I have to keep chipping away at that patchwork one or it will never get done. It's so cute and bright. I wasn't sure whether the creamy lemon colours would go together with the bright yellow, but I don't know. I think they look quite cute together. Okay. Oh, and I have to hand sew those cuffs as well. Oh, goodness me. There's so much hand sewing still left to do. But I really like that white and that floral bow with the pumpkin dress. It's hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to go, and first I have to clear up my bench because I still haven't cleared it. I just finished shooting the fringe video, then I edited it, and then I just set up for the next one and put the skirts of the dresses out so you couldn't see the fringe was still all over my workbench. Yeah, now I have to go clean absolutely everything and put all the dresses off the mannequins and away. Oh, loads to do. There's so much to do. I'm on that race to the end of the year. I've made a list of all the things that aren't finished that I really wanted finished by the end of this year. And that is a very, very, very long list. So yes, I am going to have to get motivated and get motivated quick. So thank you very much for watching. I hope your October sewing plans are going well. If you have any costumes for spooky season that you have to get done, I hope they're behaving themselves and the project isn't too stressful for you. I really have to get this green Italian tweed done, and I've got so many skirts of dresses to hem. Goodness me. Okay, I'm going to go. Have fun with your spooky fabrics if you're making Halloween outfits, and happy sewing.